jelly-free trip, actually, maybe just some comb jellies. And generally had a great time, came back to the boat, had dinner, went to sleep, had a peaceful evening. In the morning we got up and just like most other mornings, the first thing we did was get ready for the day and have breakfast, and then we had everybody help us heave back on the anchor, which is something that we did every day except for Wednesday, and then set sail promptly after that. And that was a big travel day for us on Tuesday. We actually went from Sillery Bay all the way over to the Chester River, and we anchored off of in Comegys Bight down in the lower Chester that evening. And it was a long day, so we didn't get to go ashore that day. We did, however, sail the entire way across the bay. It was a nice, breezy, westerly wind that day. Topsail, staysail, straight across. And probably, actually, this week, more than any other week this summer, we've had a good sail every day. We've been able to shut down for probably half the day every day and just kind of sail where we're going, which is actually very unusual for the Chesapeake in the summer. So it's a nice week. So that day we ended up off of in Comegys Bight. In the morning we got up, same thing. Did that. We also did a little bit of chores and deck wash, which we did every day. So when you get home, all of your kids now know how to scrub the deck. They know how to clean the toilets. They know how to sweep and mop, use the dustpan, polish the bell. Okay, so those are all skills you can take home, utilize.
Yeah, they're disowning that fact. They're saying they didn't do it.
Well, I'm just saying. What else did we do that day? We set some more sail. I think the topsail and the staysail again, because again we had a windy day. And we sailed down the river. I'm trying to think what other activities we did on Wednesday.
The reward.
Right, we definitely did end up at the reward. I was trying to think of what we did during the day, which I'm not recalling at the moment. But we did, what's that? Buoyancy challenge. We built boats to see who could build the boat that held the most weight. That's right, that was what we did on Wednesday. And we ended up at a property on Langford Creek called the Reward, which had a surprise, which was what?
It was brilliant.
Its name was actually Reward.
Well, yeah, but what else?
Pool.
It had a shower, it had a pool,
Fishing.
there was pizza there, there's tons of fishing.
Really good fishing.
There was ice cream, there was, what's that?
Fish. Connor actually did.
He did?
Connor caught some fish.
It's
excellent.
Pop it back in.
And so we were at the Reward that evening, had a nice night.
How many did you catch?
9.
And then the next day, we learned a little bit more about the bay and water chemistry while we were there before we headed out. Then we set the main and the staysail headed down Langford Creek to, and again sailed that whole way down to the Corsica River where we were last night. Anchored in the Corsica, went over, caught lots of fish, yellow perch. What else did you guys catch over there? Sunfish, caught some sunfish. Catfish.
How was the biggest fish? How big was the biggest
fish?
fish?
What was the biggest fish you guys caught this week?
Connor caught some kind of white perch.
How big was it?
We didn't measure it, did we?
No, we did. Take a guess and exaggerate it a little bit.
Exaggerate a little bit? Yeah.
There you go. That's right we're doing. There you go.
Perfect.
Like a good fisherman.
So we got a fish this big. Connor caught one this big. It's actually about the size of Atlas. Yeah, it was great. And then he broke a couple rods in the process.
No, he actually.
That was last night there. We did end up having to sleep down below last night. We did have a little bit of rain, but luckily it only lasted for like half an hour, 45 minutes, and then opened it all up. It certainly looked like everybody was sleeping well last night. But I guess I can't swear by it. But and then this morning we got up again and we left the Corsica and headed up here. And today everybody set sails on their own, led the way, told us what had to happen, made things fast, coiled everything down, and the same with taking in sail, led the way with doing that. And also actually this week Morgan was our intern, and Morgan today got a chance to go out on the head rig and get the staysail ready to go, which is pretty cool. And on the way up the river here, we actually sailed. We sailed largely. Well, what was the other really exciting thing that we did today? I almost forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we trawled. We set a huge trawl net today, caught tons of fish, tons of crabs, a large piece of scrap metal with a bunch of mussels on it, jellyfish, and spot, right? And
An eel.
an eel, which was a
Really?
ginormous
No,
eel.
it was like 2 feet long.
But it was like this big around. It was huge.
Dead.
Wow, that's nice.
And,
Any
and
photos? Any photos of
Yeah, I
that?
got
there are a bunch of pictures. Yeah, yeah. And then
have
on the way up the river, we had everybody do one of the most enthusiastic pin rail chases I've ever seen in my life, including a race to see who could make fast and coil and hang the fastest, which I've never seen. I've never seen any group of students be so excited about it before in my life. It was very loud. I was a little afraid for some people, but it worked out well. And in the process of doing that, everybody kind of proved to us that they'd learned quite a bit this week. And so, in honor of that, what we have for everyone, in honor of that, what we have is for everybody an able-bodied seaman award. And then we also have for everyone, so that you can look just like the crew, we have a Chesapeake Adventures t-shirt. Okay, so when I call your name, if you'd like to come up and get these. So first is Chris.
Awesome.
Sorry, your shirt. Next, Connor. And Atlas. You guys don't even have to go anywhere. It's right there, front row seat. Next, Jay.
Yay!
And Rozzy.
All right.
So there's that. There's also during the week too things that you could ask to see, and maybe you'll be fortunate enough to have them shared with you. There were some paper plate awards which tell a little bit of the true story of the week, as well as they also all designed T-shirts this week. Some folks made these Turk's Heads bracelets that they're still wearing, which are pretty cool. And then they also all have that notebook that I told you about in the beginning of the week that they're bringing home with them. A couple of things. We did take lots of pictures during the week, and they will, maybe not right away, but eventually they will be on our Facebook page, so you can go there and access all those pictures. And then the other thing is that I would like to just acknowledge and thank all the hard work of the crew, just to make sure you've met everybody. So out here, this is Forrest, he's our chief mate.
All right.
This is Rachel, our education director.
All right.
Behind her are Caleb, one of our deckhand educators, and Julie, also a deckhand educator. This is Melanie, she's a deckhand educator. She was our shore support this week, so she brought us groceries and ice cream. And then, of course, very importantly, we have Jan.
The cook. Most important person.
Unfortunately for me, Jan, we only have a cook for 7 weeks every summer, most of which is this. And so today is actually Jan's last day.
Oh.
Little does she know. After this, we'll open up the down below, and if any of the students would like to take their parents down, you can just use the aft hatch as the down and this one as the up. Before we do that and people disappear, though, one thing that I would really like to do is to get a group picture. I think we'll do the group picture. Where do you guys want to do it? From there or the bow?
Bow.
The bow? Yeah, okay, so we'll do a group picture on the bow with all the students and the crew. And then the shot will be set up so you can take a picture from the dock if you'd like to. We'll also have our own picture and put it up on the Facebook